Typically changeable British spring weather spiced up the second meeting of this year's FIA Formula 3 Championship of the classic 5.9-kilometre Silverstone Grand Prix circuit, where 28 of the world's fastest young drivers lined up to compete over 3 hotly contested races. Despite his success at the Monza Championship opener, series leader Raffaele Marciello started the first race on the grid behind the 2 Brits, Harry Ticknell and Alex Lynn. While they were familiar with the track, it was the first time for the young Italian. Ticknell made a copybook start and was never headed, with fellow Brit Lynn unable to offer a challenge. But he was able to pull away from a battle between the inexperienced but impressive Canadian teenager Nick Latifi. Meanwhile, there was a spirited battle between another British driver, William Buller, and Prema Power teammates Marciello and Lucas Auer. At the flag, it was Ticknell who took his first FIA Formula 3 Championship win, while Lynn made it a British one too. Ticknell's victory was the first by a British driver in this series since Johnny Dumfries way back in 1984. Race 2 saw Ticknell on the pole again, and this time the race started with a real bang when a staller on the grid caused chaos, and it eliminated Jan Mardenborough, Antonio Giovinazzi and Felix Rosenqvist. The safety car was deployed, but when the field was released, leader Felix Rosenqvist misunderstood the restart regulations and didn't hit the throttle and was overtaken by Ticknell and Buller. More action soon followed with another collision which eliminated Sven Muller, Nick Latifi and Mans Greg Hagen. Rosenqvist, no doubt cursing his mistake, was now doing everything to make up for lost ground, and he passed Buller on lap 7 and then continued to push hard and took the lead from Ticknell 3 laps later. Buller meanwhile spun down to 9th place, while Marciello and Auer both also passed Ticknell. So, at the flag, it was the Swede Rosenqvist, the happy winner for Mücke Motorsport, ahead of Marciello, Auer, Ticknell, with Tom Blomqvist, the son of the 1984 World Rally Champion Stig, coming home 5th. The third and final race saw an early morning start on a track which was still drying. FIA single-seater commissioner Gerhard Berger, of course a former Grand Prix ace, was on hand to check out the big field. In the tricky conditions, it was race 2 winner Felix Rosenqvist who took an immediate lead of the 35-minute race, but behind several drivers slipped off the track, and this brought out the safety car. This time Rosenqvist made no mistake at the restart and immediately increased his lead. Lucas Wolff had gambled on wet weather tyres and was up to 4th. But in the second half of the race he faded, while championship leader, the Ferrari Academy back driver Marciello, pushed hard, showing the skill which took him to 2nd place in the series last year. He caught Rosenqvist, but the Swede was not giving up easily. Eventually, Marciello did find a way past and headed to the checkered flag for his 3rd F3 win of the season. Rosenqvist finished 2nd ahead of Lynn, who scooped up another podium finish ahead of Sorales, making up for earlier bad luck, and Buller. Then came F3 rookie Jordan King ahead of Lucas Auer and Jan Mardenborough in a battle to the line. Ticknell faded to 9th and drops to 3rd in the title chase behind Marciello and Rosenqvist. The next stop, familiar territory to many of the drivers, Hockenheim in Germany.